Fifi. Fifi, you got zoomies. Morning, Hansan. Morning, Palin. I think someone's got the zoomies. Morning, Jivo. How you doing? Morning, Melba. I'm so... Morning. Good morning, Vamp. How you doing? Morning, Big Bad. She does have the zoomies. Just before I pressed go live, she was I could just hear her like running around the table, and then the feet approaching. Just I was like, oh, oh. There she is. Morning, Nick. Good morning, lovely Cosmic. Morning, Bubble. I just had a message from my friend. I was just about to go live and had a message from my friend who was looking after Luna whilst we were away at the wedding, just being like, can I just check that Luna's okay? Because I never saw her when I looked after her. And now I'm just worried something happened to her whilst I was meant to be looking after her. And I was like, oh no, she just hides. Like, she spends 90% of the time hiding. She's fine. Oh, Gerry. Oh, Gerry boy. Good morning, Loboto. Morning, Anho. So yeah, I was just reassuring them that she is, in fact, absolutely fine. Sometimes she is there. It's just you have to spend a little bit of time peeking. Good morning, Megalomaniac. Good morning, Tom and Nico and Livewood. Morning, Anna. Blim, 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 blim. Good morning, Poom Poom. Is your nose still tickling you, my boy? Morning, Minion. I was thinking about morning, Prof. Morning, Dave. Good morning, Azul. I was thinking about next week, and I think the schedule for next week might be slightly strange. I'm trying to decide how to do it. Hello. Morning, Bluegrass. Good morning, Coco and Honey and Charlie. Zara, thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh, a whole year of subs. Oh, thank you. Good morning, LaRouge. Yeah, it's one of those like all over the... Oh my gosh, my ear just squeaked. Is that normal? Is that a normal thing to happen to humans? Morning, Maxwell. Komalama, thank you very much for the 2 months as well. Oh, thank you. Thank you both. Morning, Nighttime. I bought the new Rabbids game and it's good so far. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it's like... I was really enjoying it because it's one of those things that obviously when you do like a brand deal, like I would never do a brand deal for a game I didn't think I would like, but you never know if you're going to like it. But I was really enjoying it. I was like, I'm doing these 2 streams for it, but I would happily just carry on. Because it is good fun. It makes me miss XCOM. But it's also got like, I think with XCOM, it's like, not in a bad way. It is just like Babby XCOM. But I mean that in a way that, you know, I didn't have to, it didn't feel like there was, you know, big bad consequences, which is more suitable for me. I think it's nice. Good morning, Carl. How you doing? It's a good gateway to XCOM, yeah. Yeah. Morning, Delta. Didn't have party members named after chat, though. That is true. That is true. Unless some of you want to change your name to Rabid Peach. You're a big bad consequence, oh no. Mr. Cyan, we're talking about the new the Mario plus Rabbids game that came out today. There's like XCOM style game. That's probably one of those things that's a big bad bad thing to do. It's like when people first saw PlayTop and they were like, is this just Overcooked? There's probably a name for that style of game, and I'm just being like, it's like XCOM. Played up. Played up. I'm going to be... I've been sick and need Gerry to give me healing Banui beam. Oh, Gerry. Oh. He's just trying to get my attention, but you're behind me, Gerry. Sometimes I genuinely think Gerry doesn't know which way round I go. He's like, wait, what? You have different sides? Gerry, away! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out, Gerry. Come on in, Doodle. Doodle, how is your big art going? Your for the playthroughs. Look at him. Oh my gosh, Gerry was being so sweet last night. I was getting ready for bed and they have these heaty pads. I do them 2 at night and they take 6 minutes each in the microwave. So we were having a big cuddle. Weren't we, Gerry? We were having a big cuddle, and then I was like, okay, I should stand up and do his heaty pads because it is getting very late now. So I stood up and I did one of them and I walked back in from the kitchen and he was just sat on the sofa just staring at me like, why did you stop the cuddles? So I was like, oh, okay, I'll sit down. We've got 6 minutes. We can have another little cuddle. And I sat down and he just climbed up onto my lap like, you're not leaving again. I was like, okay. But then he did climb down. And I got up to do the other one. And then I came back in and he was again just like, well, what did you do? I think he doesn't trust me that I'm not going to leave now. Gerry, you're just bullying me at this point. What are you doing? There is a banana in there, Gerry. No, you can't have it. That's tomorrow's treat. You know it's there though, don't you? Anarchy. Good morning, Pim. Good morning, Zambad. Gerry requires the banana. He's made a little note of it being there. Good morning, Chewy and Robot Fish. And did I say good morning to you, Kai? Morning, Monmouth. Good morning, Zambad and Rach. He has awayed. Away! It's brave of you to leave the fruit bowl and reach a few feet. Do you know what? Alex put it there, and I was thinking that. I was, oh. Do you want your breakfast, Gerry? Do you want your breakfast? You do, don't you? Come on then. I have to be. He's in a being right next to my feet mood today, and I've already accidentally almost kicked him in the air once. So I'm gonna have to do my slow cowboy walk. Make sure he's. He just headbutted all of those. Make sure he's not getting under my peats. There you go. What's this foot doing, Gerry? What is this foot doing? Bless him. I think this is the last handful of pellets I can get from this bag before I have to sieve it now. He needs that to stand. I know, but it was so far forward. Look at those good little munches. Good morning, Galoo. Good morning, Rob. He's doing yoga. Sometimes he does just put his feet really far forward. Like he'll be in a loaf, but his foot will be like this far forward. And I'm like, is that comfortable? But I guess it must be. Between this and Play That, we have an accurate vision of what it would be like to have dinner at Brownie's place. Lots of kicking in air, throwing on food, throwing food on floor. Yeah. Morning, Ostov. Good morning, Andy. Oh, a little headbutt there when they went for the same billet. Gisani, thank you very much for the 10 months. Have a great day, Brownie. Really enjoyed your appearances on the main channel and the Play Touch streams over the past months. Ah, thank you. Well, I think I'll be doing a Play Touch stream on Tuesday, because that's the launch day for the update. So I think I will be doing one on the main channel then. but it's not been confirmed yet. But I think it might be the very latest slot. I think it might be 8 till 11. So fully expect me to just be in my pajamas because I'm not used to being up and functional that late. And because of timings at the moment, I'm going to be taking my tablet at the beginning of the stream. So I might just be curled up by the end of it, just confused. And then I'll be doing a late stream on Monday because I've persuaded some of my friends, some of my like old friends, to play Plate Up with me. So one of my friends who also started streaming years and years ago, he tends to stream on America hours, and then one of my friends is actually in America, so we've compromised to start at 5 p.m. So that's going to be a late one for me. I'm already baby. And then I think Thursday might be a bit of an odd stream as well, but I don't know if that's confirmed yet. So the friend with the bunnies, yeah. My friend, he has 2 lop bunnies. Gerry, there's one under your bum that I can see. Is that? He has 2 bunnies called Beatbox and Psycho Nugget. So they're very cute. They're very sweet little bunnies. They bonded very easily because I remember having the worry when he was getting Beatbox, and I was like, oh please be an easy bond because I know what it can be like. First she touches grass, then she wears outdoor clothes. I thought you were a gamer. I start work at 6:30 every morning, so I come 11. I'm already asleep. Yeah, I remember when I was doing early shifts at the vet. I was very much like that. I'm never sure about the name Psycho Nugget. But I'm curious what it's going to be like because it's been a long time since I got to play games with those guys. And they're quite chaotic. So it might be a very different vibe to what I normally do. If only Gerry was smart enough to hide a pellet under his head to get kisses. Oh, I made kitchens and bedrooms. I'm in a factory running a beam saw while I was watching. Oh my gosh. Please tell me you're paying full attention to the saw. Good morning, Hannah. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I just thought because it was when my friend Tyler, because these are like friends from my DeviantArt days. I've known them a very long time. And when Tyler came in during a Plate Up stream once, and I was just like, it's like the 2 things merged in my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if that group of friends played it up? So we'll see how it goes. DeviantArt days, yep. Those. Does that mean Talia will join? I'm trying to think. Talia did know. Because I was in a community called Flashers that I don't think Talia was in. And that's where those guys are from. So I know she knows one of them, but I don't know if she knows all of them. It's because I used to do Flash animations. That's what it was called. I went to a Flash animation convention. I worked at the convention called Flash on the Beach down in Brighton. Which was very good. It was very interesting. I don't know if they still do it, but, well, I'm guessing they don't, because does Flash even exist anymore? But yeah, I'd still have a t-shirt that says Flash on the Beach. So for people who don't know, it's very strange. Just tuned in. The first thing I hear out your mouth was I was in a community of Flashes. I don't think it does. No, it's very, Very dead, like Hannah says, Didge. I used to love it though. I used to enter like weekly competitions to do. I won one of them once to do little animations based on a theme. It was good times. But yeah, it is no more. The drawing tools in Flash used to be really good. They were very intuitive. But that is why I used to watch Clyde, the animator who we raid every now and then. That was at the same time that I was very much into his stuff. But yeah, I remember when I actually had a Flash animation portion to my college courses. That's how old it is. Yeah, this would have been, I want to say like 18 years ago. I'm trying to think how old I would have been when I worked at Flash on the Beach. Actually, I probably would have been, that probably would have been about nearer to 15 years ago, I think. But it was a long time ago. But yeah, how did I get onto this? Oh yeah, so that's why next week is going to be slightly strange, because I think on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, the streams are like out of the ordinary times and places. And all places. Was Flash around in early 2000s? Yeah. Yes. It would have been. I don't remember when they took it down. When did they stop supporting it? We also had a room full of Silicon Graphics branded machines that ran Unix. Okay, that bit I don't understand. I tried to power through the sentence, but I was like, I know the words, but I don't know them in that order. Phoebe, what are you doing? I'm having my gym jams. The end of 2020. Oh, so it was quite recently. Oh, good days. Oh, bless you. You okay, baby boy? He was very good, and he had his little tablet yesterday on the sofa. That's one of the things I distracted him with, that I'd stopped cuddling. Morning all, great to drop in when the chat is about flashing. Fully blocked it from running in 2021. Oh, I don't know why they got rid of it. I'm sad that we're no longer going to get to see Fifi dig the sofa. Oh, Gerry boy, you are proper snuffy today. She has changed her rota. She does, what you call it? Mammy Potato has the snuffles. He does. You okay? You okay, baby boy? Because of browser security stuff. Yeah, she digs through the night now. She digs in the dig box through the night. Oh, look at him. A potato. I remember doing Flash sprite animations in school of Master Chief versus Mario. Oh my gosh. It was Newgrounds, wasn't it? Newgrounds was the place with all that was like the home of all of those animations. I think Newgrounds is still around. Gerry's eye is actually looking a bit better today, thankfully. It looks a lot pinker on the camera than it does in real life, but in IRL. Newgrounds is such a throwback, yeah. That's where I'd watch all of, I've forgotten his surname now. Clyde. Adam Bitey Castle. If we get Yoko 2023, I will bring Nana for Gerry. Ah. But yeah, that's where I used to watch all the Bitey Castle things. And I guess, is that where all the, what was it? Weeble and Bob? Is that where they started off as well? Did they start off as doing Flash? Blimey. Clyde is taking a break. What is his surname? That will come to me in the middle of the night, that will. The Weeble and Bob creator streams now. Every now and then he suggested to me. It would just pop up being like, Weeble is streaming, and I'm like, oh. Adam Phillips, yes, thank you. That was scratching away at my head. But yeah, it is strange how like a lot of people from those sort of years, those like formative years, I do see doing Twitch streams now. Like Scroobius Pip. I used to be really into Dan the Sack versus Scroobius Pip. And then it just popped up in my suggestions that Scroobius Pip streams, and I was like, what? I was meant to meet, or I did actually meet, the Weeble guy. At one point, I went to a comic convention in London, and he was he was there. He was meant to be there, but literally he was flying over from America, and all of his convention stuff had got lost at the airport. So it was just him and a table, looking slightly dejected. And I think I still just went over and was just like, it's nice to meet you. He was like, oh, thanks. But yeah, I think he was not having the best of days, bless him. Fifi's still attacking the castle. It still stands. It still stands strong. Well, I don't know about strong. It's still standing. Hello, cow. Good morning. Scrooge is hilarious, and his Distraction Piece podcast is a great one to pick and mix people you've vaguely heard of. He also did an episode of, he was on the very first episode of Not Feels on Meals. What's it called? The James Acaster. The James Acaster podcast where they invite people on and they put together off menu. Thank you, Rob. Oh, Snuffy boy. Yeah, he did the very first episode of that. I would give you more Fifi Cam, but I don't know if you can even see her at the moment. She's in there. Could probably hear her chewing, but not see her. Fifi? She's looking at me like, what? Fifi? Got back from my lecture just in time for buns. Ah, good morning, Alice. Hello. Hello. Are you back to dig at my Jim Jams? Yes. I have to be careful sitting like this because I do have a hole in the crotch of these pyjamas that I've not sewed up yet. So I've got to make sure I don't accidentally do both kinds of flashing on the stream this morning. Morning, Secondonian. She is sausage. There you go. Long sausage mode. Look at this. Wow. Long bunny. Long. Look at you. I love Fifi's energy. How can she orb but also sausage? I know. What's the furthest back I can go before you start to see feet so I can make her look like she is just one long sausage? Oh, you're getting into tail territory there. There you go. Long sausage. You okay? A sausage and a potat. It's today's story. Un sausage, un potat. Oh, she's doing no tooth first. I have to keep on passing the phone between my hands because I can't stroke them both at once. I'm sorry, Fifi. Little pauses. Look at you. It's also quite funny when I see that wrestlers that I follow stream. Sounds like you need to be able to mount the phone on your head. Yeah, like a miner's hat, but with a phone instead of a torch. Get a third arm so you can pet both buns, hold the phone at once. I need to hire a camera person or a bunny petter, I guess. Or both. Yeah, occasionally I watch some of the whatchamacallit, the wrestlers I follow, they do streams. And it's quite funny because they sort of like half stay in character, but half they're just nerds playing games. So yesterday I was watching the latest wrestling, well, AEW wrestling. And I knew something bad happened at the end because Kim is very lovely and Kim will always be like, do you want to know if a thing happened? And I'll be like, what sort of thing? And she'll give me a category and I'll be like, yes, tell me. Or no, I should be okay. So I knew when it happened and I knew what happened and I was watching, but you know when you're like watching but you're not watching because you don't want to see but you want to watch? It was just like that. I was just sort of doing the is the Kim is the parental guide for wrestling. Well, because there's different things that different ones of us will be bothered by. Alex really doesn't like it if it gets really like bloody, whereas I don't like it if they get really like hurt. So, which sounds like the same thing, but it is a very different thing in wrestling. So I look out for that stuff for Alex. I'll get Kim to tell me that so I can warn Alex, you might not want to watch this one. But this was one for me not to watch. But yeah. So I was just there watching it, just like the awkward monkey gif, that little puppet monkey that you get in the Discord when he's just looking sideways all the time. It was like that. I was just there like, I'm watching, but I'm not. But I'm watching, but I'm not. Dear, oh dear. But yeah. Whereas I think in a way working at the vet sort of desensitized me to other stuff. Which is weird because I can't watch, if there's like bloody things in films, I can't watch them even though I know it's not real. Whereas if it's like real life stuff like that, I'm like, that'd be fine. It's very illogical. But even though Kim was the one who warned me, I had a scary dream about Kim last night. I had a dream and I didn't record it. Although I should have, because it would be good for a Halloween episode next week. But I had a dream that I was walking down the road with no trousers on for some reason. And at one point I stopped off and I was looking there was like 3 books being given away and all of them looked like they could be Lord of the Rings. And I was like, well, I want to read Lord of the Rings. But every time I picked them up, it would just be like, Lord of the Plings, and I'd be like, well, that's not right. And then I'd be like, oh, here's Lord of the Rings, and then it would be like Snord of the Bings, and I'd be like, no, that's not right. So then I was like, okay, I give up, I'll just buy the book. So I walked away and I was walking outside a bank and then Kim pulls up and was like, oh, I was just sending Ted off to do something, so I can give you a lift home if you like. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds right. And then I was sat in the car with Kim and she was like, oh, Ted just has to go get his like COVID booster or something. He had to jump out the car. And then she's like, so he got out and then she just started talking really weirdly. And I turned around and she was turning into Pennywise, who is the monster from It, for those who don't know. And I was just like, and I was trying to open the door, but I was scared if I looked away, she'd get me. And then Ted was trying to get back into the car, and I woke up just like, oh my gosh, I'm scared of Kim. I don't know why. Like, I've not watched it. I've not read it. Read it. So goodness, although I guess I did dress up as Pennywise one year. So maybe just because I've been thinking about Halloween costumes, it's somewhere in my subconscious or something. But yeah, it was very spoopy. Good morning, Shadow. So yeah, random scary dream about Kim, of all people, who's very lovely. So you're telling me Pennywise wrote Bored of the Things? One of my favourite things to do, because for me, the story that I reread I re-listen to over and over and over again is I never watched it. I accidentally watched it in the TV room as a kid, and my brother watched it and hid behind the sofa. Oh, I'd like to re-listen to Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. Those are my I'd listen to them at least 3 times a year. For Alex, it's it, and it never gets old to me for him to be like, I'm trying to think of how it will come up. Basically just the joke is that he says the word it and I pretend I don't know what he's talking about. And it's hilarious to me every time. I would like to listen to P&P a lot too. It's just very good. Oh, I'd love to watch it more as well, but they got rid of my favourite version from Netflix, so I can't anymore. I think I'd have to buy it. But I used to watch it all the time as well. I used to do like a watch through, because it doesn't get bad. Whereas other things I used to like to watch, like Gilmore Girls, get more problematic with every watching, it feels like. Whereas Pride and Prejudice just stays strong. Good morning, Repping. How you doing? I'm very tempted. I was tempted last year to do a Pride and Prejudice read through as a Christmas thing. The BBC one, yes. Oh my gosh. I tried watching the film and I was just like, not my Liz. This isn't right. It has to be the BBC one. It's just so good. The film upsets me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everyone else I know seems to prefer the film, and I'm just like, that's nice. Rosemary, that's understandable. Stephen Fry has a very lovely voice. He has a very good voice for reading those books. I think if you enjoy listening to that, he does... Fifi, you're very intent. He reads out his series of books, Mythos, which I would recommend. The film does miss so much detail. Even bits where they just walk, the very first dance that they go to, when everyone stops and stares at them as they walk in. I was like, that's not how they do it. That wouldn't have been, that's not, it's wrong. I wasn't alive at the time. I just know that it's wrong because that's not how they do it in other period dramas. But yeah, he does do all of the Sherlocks as well, but his voice is very different in that. He puts on a very different voice. It's a very different tone. Doesn't he, Fifi? But she is definitely on a mission. I don't know what the mission is, but she's on it. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, she's really pulling on them. Do you know what? It's time for a distraction treat. Fifi? Oh, sorry, Fifi. I thought you were going to go round. She's still sat on my pajamas. I'm stuck. Oh my gosh, yes, that version of Lord of the Rings. That was like the sound of my childhood. When it begins with the like, and then it kicks in with the boom, 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 and I'm just like, oh my gosh. They used to get me so hype. Gerry, do you want this? You don't? Or did you get the bit that I dropped? There you go. Is it a bit tatty for you? That bit? No. There you go, Fifi. It has been rejected. Oh, she's straight back to it. I didn't even get to move. Oh. Kim's little mouth. Hello. A few years ago for a friend's 40th, we watched the entire BBC version in full costume over Discord. It was great, especially when kids started arriving home and took in what was going on with wonder and confusion. Yeah, chinning doesn't really mean much in this household. Gerry, why are you attacking my feet now? Oh, there you go. I can escape. I'm free. Are you going to your grass square? Is that... It seems like about this time of day, this is when he's like, okay, I'm going to go put my tummy on the grass now. Fifi, you're a ne'er-do-well sometimes. No, that was the sound of me putting the bowl back. I do wish I could find. There was one like that's it. Audiobook that I've never been able to find again. And I've looked through so many searches, so many versions of the book, and I've never found the one that I used to listen to. And my cassette tape of it went missing, so I can't find that either. And it's one of those things that I'm pretty sure there must be like a subreddit somewhere that would, it's not like I need like the audiobook version of What's That Book. But Hansan. Hello, how are your teeth today? Teeths. There's a man cleaning my windows and I didn't know I had one of those. It took me by surprise. Oh no. I did see Patat's drawing of me. I had time to react to it, but I didn't write anything, so I was suddenly like, oh, I should be getting out of bed. I'm too cozy. But yeah, I need to find like the audiobook version of that subreddit so I can see if hopefully someone would know it. But it's like a Roald Dahl book, so it's had so many different recordings, but none of the ones I can find are the right one. I live on the first floor, so especially unexpected. Oh. Good morning, Roosevelt. Morning, Rufus. I'm moving some of my audiobooks on CD over to my computer now as we speak. I have a few that you aren't able to buy digitally. Ah, Fifi. That was a little nip. That's naughty. That's naughty. I think she forgets I am not a bunny. I cannot take the things that bunnies can. Because they don't mind if they do little ninnies. What book was it? It was Danny, Champion of the World. And it sounded like the voice sounded a bit like maybe Jeremy Irons, but I think I might be getting confused because he was in the film. But the main thing about it was that it had loads of like proper sound effects. So when they were walking through the woods, you actually had like woodland sound effects and the sounds of the birds and all of that stuff, and it was so atmospheric. it was like the best audiobook I had ever heard in my days when I first listened to it. I was like blown away. But now I think they've done like a David Walliams version or something, and that it definitely wasn't David Walliams. It doesn't have any of the sound effects either, so I was like, okay, it's not that one. But it was whichever one has, because I know a lot of audiobooks are just read by one person doing the voices, like when Stephen Fry does. But this one had different people for each of them. And it was very good. And I miss it. It used to make me feel so cozy because you'd actually feel like you were in the places. Good morning, Bennett. How you doing? Tomorrow's banana lays awaiting its fate. I guess, yeah, more like an audio play. But I used to have it on cassette tape, and then I think I had this yellow box that I kept cassette tapes in, and it just went missing one day, and I've not been able to find it. Hello. What are you up to, bunnies? Why do you suddenly look so suspicious? I had the cassette of The Twits read by Simon Callow, which I'd listened to on repeat. Oh. Yeah, banana, yes, but what about a second banana? I've worked with Simon Callow. Which was very strange because he was like, I was reading a lot about him for my dissertation a few years before that. And then suddenly I got to work with him and I was like, you're in books. My brother had the Roald Dahl ones on CV and that had Simon Callow on. Oh, he used to own a wonderful audiobook of an Oscar Wilde book on tape that got lost during a movie. During a move. Then randomly found that someone had uploaded it to YouTube. Hope you can find yours as well. Do you know, I didn't even think to look on YouTube. I wonder if it is on there. Sound Booth Theatre do very immersive audiobooks with sound effects. See, sometimes it's a Swiss blanket. It has been rather made so. Yeah, I'll have a look on YouTube. I didn't think of looking there. I'd looked on eBay for a long time because a lot of people were selling different versions, different tapes on there, and they'd put up little like clips of them. And I was like, oh, I should see if I can like listen through them all and see if it's the right one. Did you know that David Attenborough does all his voiceover work in one take? Oh my gosh, that doesn't surprise me. I feel like he'd be very old school and professional like that. But yeah. Do you know, I've never watched the film that I worked with Simon Callow on. I wonder if it's... How many copies of that one edition of Eds do you own? 4 at the moment, but there is a reason for it. So I want one for Alex's parents, one for my parents, one for us to treasure, and one to frame. One to frame the page. Every report you put Danny Champion... Oh, Peter Serafinowicz. That's the one. No, that's the one. That's like the one that you can find on Audible, the Peter Serafinowicz one. But yeah, Jeremy Irons was in the film, the old film of Danny Champion of the World playing the dad, I think. And it was, I mean, this would have been, I would have listened to that in like the 90s. So it's definitely not the Peter Serafinowicz one. But yeah. I've got something else to get framed, so maybe I should take that edge down. Because I want to get the, oh, you can't see it because it's fallen over. Do buns chew everything or just that blanket? They do chew everything if you let them. Is that a sign of a guilty conscience, Fifi? But we tried to, like, if you give them something to focus on that they're allowed to chew, that will tend to distract them from things. Like Fifi used to dig on the sofa all the time, so I made her a dig box, and now she doesn't dig on the sofa. It's just stuff like that. You have to be like, I accept this is your natural behavior. I will give you an outlet for it. Such as my own pajamas. She's just come over to bully me again. What are you doing, Fifi? Where are you going? What is it? Good morning, Mortara. Such a pickle. Great parenting technique, yeah. Hello, Gerry boy. Works on people too, that method. That's the thing. It's like if your kids want to draw on the wall, they obviously need an artistic outlet. John Traversha, thank you very much for the 5 months. Good morning. How are you doing? How's it going? But yeah, one day I'll hopefully find that audiobook, and it will make me feel very nostalgic. But the first audiobook I think I ever listened to was, and I remember renting it from the library, and it's what sort of started off my love of audiobooks, it was either Diggers or Truckers by Terry Pratchett, read by Tony Robinson. And that was like, I remember getting that from the library, and I think it came in like maybe it came on 2 tapes or something. Oh no, I still listen to audiobooks now. I listen to them every day. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, I think that was the first one that I listened to. I remember specifically renting it from the library, and they would come in those like big, the cases for them would be like this big, and they would be big and plastic, and they'd have like the formed thing to like push the tapes into. Yeah, the massive cases. I remember having Saddle Bottom in one of those as well. But yeah, I remember finding, whichever one it was, I remember finding it really funny because it was about all these like teeny tiny people, like borrower-sized people who lived somewhere, and then they had to leave. But because every time they met humans, the humans would talk really slowly, and there was a bit where they hear a human that just goes like, bloody hell. I found it hilarious as a child. I just thought like, oh my gosh, they're swearing, but you can't tell because they're saying it slowly. Maybe it was either Diggers or Truckers, I can't remember, but that was top comedy for me as a child. But yeah. And then I think that got me into listening to, remember getting The Secret Garden? Oh, I bet that's a good one. I've never listened to the Game of Thrones audiobooks, no. There are some that are a bit like too, like I struggle to listen to ones, because I tend to listen to them to get to sleep. And there was one, it was the, what's it called? The Golden Compass. There's a bit in the Golden Compass. Cover your ears if you've not read it. If you've not read His Dark Materials. There's a bit in the Golden... Wait, I'll do this until I'm not saying a spoiler anymore. So there's a bit in the Golden Compass where a witch is getting tortured. And oh my gosh, in the audiobook, it's horrible. It's so realistic. And I wake up to it every time and it makes me sad. So I've had to stop listening to it. The end. But yeah, there's some bits where I'm just like, this is not comfy listening. Have you read the sequels to His Dark Materials? I've read one of them, the first one, but I've not read the second one. Well, that were, I guess they're prequels? Yeah. Yeah, that was shaped like a boomerang. Wait, because it goes back. Sometimes you have to focus on the Game of Thrones ones, and sometimes it made me sit up and go, oh no. James Herriot, that's what my parents always suggest, because they watch All Things... Wait, is it All Things Great and Small? I usually fall asleep to the Swedish version of the Harry Potter books. It all works well except parts of the second book because the actor makes the voice of Dobby incredibly loud. Oh no. Oh no. All Creatures Great and Small. Yeah, my parents really loved that TV show. So I remember reading the books. I used to have a massive James Herriot book that I think I got from like a car boot sale. Not a car boot sale, it was a jumble sale. Oh my gosh, a jumble sale. I think I got a James Herriot book from that, and it was like the collection of loads of the books. It was like 1.5 inches thick and green. I watch it with Mum and Dad. It's fairly wholesome and cozy. Aww. I never read it. I just liked having the book because I was very much into animals and veterinary stuff. Because where I'm from is near the Royal Veterinary College. So they used to put on like fundraising events there, and we would go along and you'd do various wholesome countryside activities, such as they would chalk a grid on the floor and then put a fence around it, and then they'd put a cow in it, and you would place a bet on where the cow was first going to poo. And I guessed right, and I won a clock. Just wholesome countryside things that we used to do. I remember that was the first place I ever saw ferrets as well, and I was absolutely fascinated by them. I had this little like camera, and when I got the photos developed, there was just like 5 photos of this person's ferret because I was just like fascinated. I was like, they're so wriggly. Here's a long boy. Look at you. This is just this time of day he likes to sun himself. Bye bye, Dewey. Have a lovely day. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's stretching. Oh, Gerry. Look at you. Look at all this fluff. It's slowly molting. I actually don't really mind the smell of ferrets, but I would never have ferrets. They're not very suitable for my lifestyle. But are wiggle animals the cause for your worm obsession? Maybe. Hello. Fifi has appeared. What are you sniffle snaffling? Hmm? How can Gerry be so stretchy in one moment and so small in the next? I know. Bunnies are, they can morph. Hello. Hello, Fifi. She just wanted to be like right underneath where the camera is. Oh, look, he's asking for kisses again. Oh, Gerry boy. He does love just sunning himself. You like being in the sun, don't you, baby boy? It's like when you're trying to keep him nice and cool in summer, and he always just finds a place, like the tiny patch of sunlight, to just slowly bake himself. Mikey from Videos, yeah, I think he's got about 6 ferrets now. They've got a lot of them. Does it help him warm his joints? Oh, maybe. Here's a little baked potato. That reminds me, I made a mention. I was in a call yesterday with Trot Mark and Alex, and I made mention of the Brian Harvey. We were talking about like old boy bands, and I was just like, oh, what was that boy band with the guy who ate the potato? He ate so many potatoes that he ran over himself. And they were like, what? And I was like, how have you never heard this story? They were like, why do you remember that? I was like, would you forget that story once you've heard it? Turns out it was E17. And I also found out that 3 years after it happened. So there used to be a boy band called E17 with a member called Brian Harvey, like Vam says. And he ate 3 jacket potatoes, and then he went to drive somewhere, and he got out his car because he opened the door because he thought he was going to be sick, but he didn't put the handbrake on, so he fell forward and ran over himself with his car and shattered his pelvis. He's fine now. And then 3 years later, for a video, he smashed a jacket potato in a fan's face in a triumphant victory over his fear of the root vegetable that had haunted his life. I'd never seen the follow-up before. I saw that and I was just like, oh my gosh, good for you, Brian Harvey. The potatoes aren't ruling your life anymore. There's a root trauma right there, it is. Dear, dear. I just can't believe they'd never heard of it, because like that was a big thing. It's big news. The thing that confuses me about it though is, did he go in, because like jacket potatoes aren't like a quick snack. Did he go in like knowing he was going to eat that many? Did he cook them all, or did he do one and then cook another one and eat that and then cook another one and eat that? Like I just don't know. What if they were mini jackets? This is true. This is true. Yeah, this is the thing. I can hardly remember E17, but I'm not gonna forget Brian Harvey running over himself. That is his legacy. Well, I guess it's time to send you off, isn't it, Gerry? Kirsty is doing her brand deal today with the Rabbids game. So oh Fifi. So yeah, let's go support Fifi. Let's go support Kirsty. Make that dollar, girl. So yeah, I say we raid Krusty. And then I'll be streaming with Kirsty at 5 on the main channel. So no stream on my channel today. But at 5 o'clock I will be streaming with Kirsty on Yogscast. Fifi looks so miffed. What's wrong, Fifi? Fifi? She looks like, you're blocking my son. Can't watch the main channel stream, so I'll have... Oh, you don't want spoilers. Okay, that's fair dues. That's fair dues. Revina, thank you very much for the follow. Well, there you go. A little toffee to end the stream on. Thank you, everyone. Look after yourselves. I will see you later. Have lovely days. Oh, there's an ant. Oh, no, it's nice. Have lovely days. I will speak to you all soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. You can just enjoy Gerry's toffee for the remaining time. What a good boy. Look at him. They look like they're on stage. This is like play lighting. Oh. Double toffee? We gone? Nice. Thank you. Oh my gosh, triple toffee, Gerry. Fifi with the long leg. I wanted to see if he would settle down again, but he's not. Thank you, Rosabelle. Oh. Okay, there you go. Bye-bye, all of you. Bye-bye. Oh, is Fifi gonna do a yawn? No. Okay, I'll go now. I'll go have breakfast. Bye-bye.